Hey guys, what's up? How are you all doing? It's your girl Georgia, and welcome back to my channel. It's a pleasure having you in today's live stream. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of working here in the UAE. Also, I'm going to be answering some of your questions, and I am going to also give some answers to some frequently asked questions. So, welcome back once more. And as always, I hope this live stream will be of benefit to you. So, I'm going to go right ahead and get into the pros and cons of working here in the UAE. As soon as you join the live, go ahead and like the video. Yes. Thank you, Black Girl TT, for joining. Thank you, Official Volcano. I can always depend on you to join. Yes, so as soon as you join, also go ahead and comment and tell me where you are watching from. So I know Tamika is in the UAE and Official Volcano is watching from Jamaica. So once again, thank you for joining. So I'm going to go right into talking about the pros and cons of working here in the UAE. So of course, we all know that nothing is all rosy. Nothing will ever be perfect. Whatever we do, whatever our job is, wherever we live, nothing is going to be perfect. So there are so many pros to working here in the UAE. But guess what, guys? There are also cons, meaning some disadvantages, some things that aren't ideal. They're not as the way we would want them. So I am going to start off with the pros, the positives of working here in the UAE. So, of course, guys, what do you think the first one is? Why do we leave our home country and come to another country to live and work? Yes, you guessed right. It's the salary. That's the first reason I'm going to talk about, the first pro, because that is the reason I, Georgia, left my beautiful island in Jamaica to be here in the UAE. That's because of the salary. Salary is good, and not also it is tax free. Can you imagine working and no tax is being drawn from your salary? Guys, that is excellent. Thank you so much for joining Tarina, Digital Moments with Tarina. Good evening. Yes, salary is tax free. So, can you imagine working and no taxes being drawn from your salary? That means whatever you work, whatever you signed for on your contract, that is what you are taking home. And then you decide how much of that you want to spend. Yes, so that is the number one benefit, the salary, and the salary being taxed free. And along with that, guys, are the other excellent benefits. And again, this is what allows you to keep your salary in your pocket and then decide how you want to spend it. Because along with the salary being excellent, you are given a furnished accommodation. Yes. I would say that in so many other countries where they have expats working, it is not, the benefits aren't so good as here in the UAE. Because I know sometimes on the American programs, when you do the American programs, you have to go buy a car, you have to get furniture, you have to pay so much tax, electricity bills. Guys, the benefits are awesome. So you get to keep all that money in your pocket. Another benefit, guys, yes, guys. So another benefit is the safety. This is such a safe country. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining. Hi, Chef Yuva. Thanks for joining. Yes, guys. So, another benefit, I'm losing track. Yes. Another pro to working here in the UAE is the safety. This country is one of the safest places to live in the world. Guys, in Jamaica, we hear about sleeping with our doors open. We can literally do that here. We are safe. We can go on the streets at any time of the night, any time of the day, and you don't have to be afraid. One thing I like is that there are so many cameras all over. Thank you for joining, Akita. I think I just spoke with you. Thank you for joining. Where are you watching from, Akita? Yes, it is so safe. There are so many cameras all around that it really helps with the safety here because everybody tries to stay in line with the law, knowing that everything that you do, you will be seen. Can I tell you that it's only in the bathrooms, I would say, when you're out in public, there are no cameras. But cameras are everywhere. So you actually feel so safe. Can you imagine going in a taxi and falling asleep? All you need to, oh, you're watching from Kenya, Kido. Thanks for joining again. And as soon as you join, guys, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Yes, like the video. Can you imagine going into a taxi and you tell the driver where you are going and you can actually fall asleep? And trust me, you are going to arrive at your destination safely because the taxis are monitored. There are cameras in the taxi. You're standing at the bus stop, cameras are there, literally everywhere, guys. I can tell you that you can leave your bag here, forget your phone here, and you are going to come back and find it. So, another pro, guys, is the safety. You feel very safe. Yes, Tarina is saying safety is number one for her. I know because there are so many things happening in this world and it drives so much fear in us. But I can tell you that we live here in the UAE and we feel so safe. We don't have to be walking and looking over our shoulders. No, everywhere we go, there are cameras. And I like the fact that law and order is maintained. Yes, I know in some countries the laws are there in the books. There are sanctions, but are they being carried out? No. But the thing here is that if this is something that you're not supposed to be doing, then you can't do it because you know that there are going to be fines. Yes, Tarina, this is the country. It's a safe place to raise family. Yes, the moral values. Yes, it's a really safe place to raise your families because even the fact that everything that you do, you keep have to be thinking, I have to stay in line. And so people just conform to the rules and regulations, and it makes the country manageable. Yes, because people really abide by the laws, so you feel safety. Any sanction that would be placed on anybody, it goes for everybody. So there's no favoritism, not because you're rich or and I am poor. If you do something, you get away with it. No, the law is here for everybody and everybody has to abide. Yes, abiding by the law is a must, no exception. And that is what I like because I know in some countries, even in my country, your social status can make you commit a crime or something and it goes through the court, but nothing comes from it. So the fact that here everybody has to abide by the law, so we feel really safe. So as you join, guys, you can also go ahead and write any questions that you might have in the comment section, and I'll check it as I go along. Okay, so another pro that I'm going to talk about is job security. So once you come here, well, I can speak much about teaching. Once you come here on a contract, you are employed on one of two contracts, a limited contract or an unlimited contract. Yes, official volcano. Safety is the best policy. Yes, it's important. It feels good when you know that you are living somewhere and you are safe. There are so many misconceptions about the Middle East where persons tend to ask, are you sure it's not human trafficking? Is it true that they're going to cut off your hand or your neck or anything like that? So, guys, there are so many misconceptions about living here in the Middle East, but I can tell you that it's very safe. Thank you for joining, Mr. Bamidil. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, but thank you for joining. You're watching from Nigeria. How do we get jobs from Nigeria? The same process that goes for everybody. If you watch my videos, I have videos on websites that you can apply or how to get a job in the UAE. The same process applies for everybody, whether you are using a recruiter or you're just applying directly from a website. All you need is to have the required documents, yes, and submit them. So the most important documents you need are your bachelor's degree and your transcript, right? Whatever job you're applying for, whatever teaching position, that must be what you studied, and that is what should be written on your degree. So if you're applying for a job as a primary teacher, it means that your bachelor's degree should say bachelor's in education primary, or if it's secondary, if you specialize in an area, and then you have your transcript to go along with that. So those are the two important documents that you need. If you were teaching before, it's good to have a recommendation or a reference from your previous school. And as long as you have those, that's all you need. Those are the main important documents you need. All right. Yeah. So as I was saying, job security. When you are employed here, you have one of two contracts, and that is an unlimited contract or a limited contract. With the limited contract, it means that you are employed for 2 years or 3 years. With the unlimited contract, it runs like for a year and it's up for renewal. So job security, I'd say, is an advantage in the sense that having finished your contract and you worked very well and your school is impressed, your school is satisfied with you, then you can stay at that school forever and ever and ever, and you don't have to keep reapplying, or unlike some other contracts given in some other countries, when your contract is up, you have to be reapplying, and sometimes they give you a maximum time that you can work, and having finished those years, then you have to go back and then wait some time and apply again. Here it is not so. Once you're given a 2 years or 3 years contract and your contract finishes and your school is satisfied with you, then you can stay at the same school for a number of years. And I think that is an excellent opportunity, right? So I would call that job security. You know that your job is secured. Watching live from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Okay, thank you for joining again. Yes. Yes, so can you imagine staying on one job for 10 years, because I am working with colleagues who have been at my school for over 10 years. So it means that they are liking it and they don't have to keep reapplying. So I think that is an excellent benefit. Yes, as Digital Moments with Tarina is saying, teachers can also leave a school, stay in the country, and seek jobs at other schools. Yes, I find that that is even more awesome. Yes, so you finish one contract and you decide to move to another school. It is hassle free because you can stay in the country and apply to other schools. Yes, you don't have to go back home and try to apply again. So if you're coming to the end of a contract and you decide that you don't want to renew, um, you don't want to stay at that school, you can always reapply to different schools. And guess what, too, guys? One thing that I like is that different curriculums are taught here. For example, the Canadian curriculum, the British curriculum, the US Common Core, and that gives you an opportunity to have experience teaching the different curriculum. Yes. So you could be teaching at a British curriculum school and you get your 2 or 3 years experience there and you decide, okay, let me go and try to teach at a British curriculum school. And you stay there another 2 years and you get that experience. And then you probably decide, oh, what if I decide to move to Canada to teach? I want some experience teaching the Canadian curriculum, and you can decide to apply to such schools. So the benefits are awesome. All right, so let me go on to another pro. Yes, I love to travel. And guess what, guys? This place gives me the opportunity to be able to travel to so many different countries. I'm so sad though that because of Corona, I'm not being able to do that yet. But I had the opportunity since being here of going to Egypt, and I really enjoyed my time there. But the thing, guys, there are so many neighboring countries here, and it doesn't cost a lot to visit new countries. We're so close by to Oman, Egypt, India, so many different Kuwait, Bahrain. And the thing is that they're so close by that you can just decide to take a weekend trip and go just about anywhere because it is not expensive. And guess what? I think that's when it comes to lifestyle, the lifestyle that you enjoy, you want to live, you don't even have to leave the country to do it. I always find it amazing, fascinating that I can just get up one weekend and decide that I want somebody to make my bed, serve me breakfast, and I can just get up and go to a hotel 30 minutes away from my home, 1 hour away from my home, and it still doesn't cost a lot. And even, guys, when I go to a hotel that 30 minutes from my house, 40 minutes from my house, it actually feels like I traveled somewhere else. So the lifestyle here that this place offers, it is amazing. Oh, Abdesim, I haven't heard from you all week, Abdesim. I hope you're doing okay. You're watching from Algeria. Mr. Bammi Deal, how do you guys survive the heat in Dubai? I was going to talk about that one as one of the cons, as one of the disadvantages in living here. It's just we're in the month of April, and I can't explain to you how hot it is. That's something I am not enjoying here at all. It is the weather is mostly sunny all year round. It gets a little bit cold during the months of November to February, and then the heat is manageable otherwise. But when it comes to the month of March, going right back to, let's say, September, October, It is really awful. It's unbearable. It's not nice at all. So that was going to be one of the cons I was going to talk about. Chef Yuva. We went to Kuwait. Yes, Chef Yuva and I went to Kuwait, and that was just I think an hour and maybe an hour and 40 minutes from Dubai. We flew from Dubai, and it was just an hour and 40 minutes. Yes, and it wasn't expensive either. So I mean, and we went and came back the same day. So traveling here to different places, it's possible, and I love that. And guys, I want you to go over to Chef Yuva's adventure. She's a YouTuber too, and also Digital Moments with Tarina. You can also check out Digital Moments with Tarina. We have the same content, something that I might miss talking about. She might do it on her channel and give you more information, or she did something that I didn't do. So follow Digital Moments with Tarina. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel. Also, she has different experiences too about living and working here. And she has a family, so she can even give you information on that as it regards to having a family here. So go ahead and check out Digital Moments with Tarina and subscribe. Which country? I am from Jamaica. Yes, it's my pleasure sharing the content with you. It's my pleasure sharing the contents with you because I'm all about sharing. And if I can help somebody fulfill their dream, then I'm happy to share my experience. And what I want you to do too is go ahead and share my channel with your friends. I always tell my subscribers, don't be selfish. Go ahead and share my videos with your friend and tell them to join Georgia's lifestyle. Yes, let me go on to another pro in living here in the UAE. And guys, I love the fact that there are so many nationalities here, diverse culture. We talk about I know when I applied to come here, that's one of the things I wrote. I want to experience new culture. I want to share information from my home country, my culture, and that is what living in the UAE offers. So many, the expat community, we make up the largest part of the UAE. We are more than the Emiratis. Can you believe that? So I get to have friends from so many different nationalities, work with people from so many different nationality, and we live and work together in unity. Yes. Okay, Abdul. Yeah. So the nationality, the culture, it's diverse and it's wonderful. Um Most of the private schools, international schools, you get to teach kids from different nationality, and we have so many experiences. I especially loved before Corona, we usually have International Day, and that is another thing I like about this country. They allow you to share. You are given an opportunity to share your culture. So on International Day within our schools, would be able to set up displays featuring our own country and the kids. For example, I was lucky to teach at a school where there were Jamaican kids. So on International Day, we were able to dress in our Jamaican colors, and I got to share my food with them. And the same thing, the other teachers and kids from Pakistan, from Nigeria, from South Africa, all over, we were given an opportunity to set up our different stations and to try food, listen to the music. Yes, I really liked that. Hi, Sam. Welcome. Yes, Tarina, that is true. Multiple nationalities lead to a wealth of knowledge. Yes, you get to learn so much, interacting with people from different nationalities. Your eyes are open to so many things. And that's why it's even good for your kids also, raising your families here, because they get to experience different culture. They get to interact with. I remember growing up. Back in the days, we usually have what we call pen pals in our home country, and we were given the opportunity to write letters and send letters to children in other parts of the world. And that is what raising your families here give your kids direct contact with children from other nationalities, making friends, forming bonds. Thank you, Black Girl TT. Yes, and guys, you can also go ahead and subscribe to Black Girl TT. She's also a Jamaican here, and she has a YouTube channel giving you information. So, guys, you see, we're out here and we are not selfish. We're from Jamaica. So, Chef Yuva is from Jamaica. She's sharing Jamaican foods, how to prepare Jamaican food. So, you can join her channel too. Black Girl TT sharing content too, and digital moments with Tarina. We are all in different schools, and so we can give you different perspective how things happen in my school, how things happen in their school. So go ahead and join their channel too, and you can get as much information as possible. From Botswana, thank you so much for joining. And guys, again, as soon as you join, go ahead and like the video and make sure you are sharing my videos with your friend and tell them yes to come over and join my channel. Yes, Black Girl TT, we are not selfish. We're all here to share and to help you from different countries. To guide you, to encourage you. I know some of you are, feeling depressed that you have been applying and you are not hearing or you're not getting any good news yet. But as I keep saying, don't give up. Keep on trying. It will happen in the right time, and the right school will call you in the right time. So don't be discouraged. Don't give up. Every day, as long as you have the time, go on Google. Schools put out jobs like every week. You will come up on different websites. So just keep on trying. Yes, Samantha, we do stick together. Yes. And that is why I tell people that it doesn't matter where you are from too, you are going to find people from your nationality here. So it helps you in not feeling alone. You have a community here. You have somebody who you can reach out to. And that is why us as Jamaicans here too, we are on our channel and we are giving as much information as we can give to help you. Thank you, Official Volcano. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, see, you found me through TT, watching from the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining, Vanessa. I really appreciate. Yes, so I spoke of the culture and the nationality. So guys, another pro to working here in the UAE is that I think I touched it a bit, that this place is family friendly. It's really a good place to raise your family. I know that my friend Tarina, who's here, she has her girls here and she has no regrets. She knows that they are safe, they're getting a good education, they are enjoying the benefits too that she's enjoying. And I think I was asked, somebody asked me a question earlier today if it's okay to take your kids here. I would say if you know that you can't live without your child, I know a lot of persons leave their kids back home and they are so worried each day missing their kids. But if you know that you really want your kids to be around you, then go ahead and take them here. If it makes you feel more comfortable, go ahead and take them here with you. The different schools here, the British curriculum school, American curriculum school, all you have to do is to enroll them in one of those schools. And when it's time for them to go off to university, then you can decide if you want them to stay here or you want to send them off to the US or to Canada or back to Jamaica or from your home country, as long as you can do your research and decide where you want them to further their education. But it's a lovely place to raise your family. And the fact that a lot of schools offer family packages. There are schools here that offer packages for or benefits with families of up to 5 kids. Yes, not paying, some of the government schools not paying any tuition. Yes, and they give you a furnished accommodation to accommodate your size family. I am a single person here, and so my school provided a single accommodation. If I had a child, then I would have had a 2 bedroom accommodation. So we live as expats here, we live quite comfortable. And trust me, there none of the schools here place teachers in an apartment that makes them uncomfortable. You are given all your basic amenities. Yes, you don't have to come here and think about buying furniture and so on. Everything is provided. Anything else that you want is up to you. If you want to buy a bigger sofa or you want a, just about anything, but you are given the basic amenities. So the benefits are, I keep saying they are amazing. You can live with the benefits that you are given here. And again, on top of having the tax-free salary, I can't say it. I have to say it over and over. The benefit you can achieve what you want if you come here and you know how to manage your money. Because trust me, there are persons who come here and they waste their money. I don't know, maybe they don't have much responsibilities, so they waste their money. But if you come here and you know your reason for coming here, because I'm not going to be living here, guys. At some point I'm going to go back home. But if you know the reasons why you came here, then you are going to make sure that you save your money and use it to the best. Yes, thanks for that point, Tarina. There are schools that provide housing allowance instead of accommodations. Yes, so your school might provide you with accommodation or allowance. So you decide if you want to live in the staff accommodation or you want to go rent your own. And there are some schools too that offer shared accommodation. So during your application, you might see the schools offering shared accommodation. It doesn't mean that you're going to be sharing bedroom and bathroom. No, shared accommodation means that you are going to be sharing the kitchen or the family room, living room area with the person you live with. So you would have your own bathroom, your own bedroom, but you would have to share the kitchen. Thank you for joining, Kali J. Good morning to you in Jamaica. Angel Love from Florida. Thank you for joining, Angel Love. Thank you so much. And Terina also pointed out that schools provide full tuition or subsidized tuition. Yes, there are some schools, if they don't provide full tuition, it's subsidized for teachers' kids. How can we come to Dubai from Nigeria to work as accountants and sales manager? You can come by doing the same process. I am not. I mostly focus on teaching websites, but I'm pretty sure that there are websites that you can search for accounting jobs or sales manager jobs. All you have to do is to do a Google search. I know persons come here on visiting visa and then search for jobs also. So that is also something to consider. But of course, I am sure that there are websites that you can go and apply. But while applying for whichever job in whichever field, make sure that you are not being scammed or asked to pay exorbitant fees. I know with the teaching websites, as far as I know, you don't pay because all you normally pay, whatever you normally pay, is would be in your home country to get your documents in your home country attested. Which one? Black Girl TT. You drop a video on what topic? About job as sales manager and accountant. All right, yes. So Samantha is asking, how does the lesson planning and teaching different here in Jamaica? Samantha, I've never liked to write lesson plans. Yeah, so what's his name again? Was asking about the accounting and the sales manager. Black Girl TT, she said she'll be doing a video on that. She's in the editing process, so you can go ahead and join Black Girls TT YouTube channel so that you can get more information when she does. All right, yes. So I was saying I never liked writing lesson plans. I know teachers don't like it either. But guess what? Since being here, we have to hand in lesson plans every week for the following week. It's not an if, it is a must. If let's like today, it's Tuesday evening here, 6:44 p.m. And today I had to hand in my lesson plans for next week. But what I find the advantage, if I may call it that, planning here is not tedious. This is my third school since being here, and we plan our lessons as a team. So on no given week, I'm a primary teacher, so we're teaching math, English, science. I think those are the three core subjects I teach as a primary teacher: math, English, and science. Yes, because the kids they do Arabic studies, they do Islamic studies, they do UAE social studies, they do PE, art, music, but there are specialist teachers for those lessons. So basically, 3 lessons we plan as a homeroom teachers teaching the core subjects. Yeah, so I don't find it challenging because we plan our lessons in teams. So for example, let me give an example at the school I'm at now. I planned the English for next week. And the team, I'm on the English team, and that team, we have, I think, 6 persons on my team. So when my team plans English, so it was my turn to plan English for next week. So it means that all I planned was the English lesson for all the grade for next week, because I teach grade 3. So I planned all the English for next week. The math team, somebody on the math team had to plan the math for all of next week. Somebody on the science team had to plan the science for all of next week. So I won't be doing any lesson plan again until maybe the next 4 weeks before I'll be planning any lesson again, because all I did was to plan the English, somebody else planned the math, and it rotates. So there are six of us on my team. So I plan for next week. Somebody else on the team will be planning for the other week. All right, so that's it on the lesson planning. How different is teaching here? Teaching here, what I find is that there is accountability. When you sign in for your job each morning, it's it's like business. Uh, I can't even take a peek outside without having somebody monitor my class. So the one thing I like the most about teaching here, differently from teaching in Jamaica, is accountability. When you sign in for work, it is business. Um, we are provided with the resources that we need. I know in some countries, teachers struggle to have resources. We are provided with the resources that we need. So all we need to do is to follow the curriculum that we're using, and the same way you would teach back home in Jamaica, planning your lessons, having your resources, it's basically the same. It's no different. When I came here, it was my first time teaching the British curriculum. But during my interview, when I was asked if I've ever taught the British curriculum before, I told them no. But I did tell them that in Jamaica, we call that exam again the GCSE. I told them that it is similar to the British curriculum. The content was pretty much the same in terms of the grammar sections and the writing section, the language. I convinced them that they were similar. And that is how you have to be assertive during your interview, know what you are going to say. So even though I had no experience teaching the British curriculum, I convinced them that what we were doing in Jamaica, it's no different. I convinced them that it's just a different name. So if and when you are given a call for an interview, do your research. If you know that the school is a US curriculum school or a British curriculum school, do your research. That is what I actually did when just before doing my interview. I got the name of the school and I found out which curriculum they used, and I went ahead and researched the British curriculum. Yes, Tarina, yes, schools do provide teachers with a lot of teaching and learning resources. And we have the opportunity of being able to photocopy and print. Guys, that is something that I like, the opportunity to photocopy and print anytime I like. So I can actually make my classroom so print rich. But yes, we are given the resources to use, and lots of digital resources. So, guys, if you're afraid of the computer, you can't be afraid of technology here in the UAE because it is widely used. When I came here, of course, my school had a multimedia projector. We didn't have an interactive whiteboard. I don't remember my school having an interactive whiteboards, but I had to learn how to use it. But you know what? My kids, they were so helpful. And that is another advantage. The kids, they are supportive. If they see they're so knowledgeable when it comes to technology that if they are in the class and they see you struggling to use the technology, they are going to help you. And the schools, they have personal development workshop. Well, my school has it every week, 1 day per week. Some schools have it once per month. but there is always support. There's always support. And when you come as a new teacher, your first week is a week of training how to use the different resources or whatever the school uses to familiarize yourself. And whenever you join in the middle of a school year, they are going to put somebody to support you for at least 1 week or some days to get yourself familiarized. So you're not going to feel out of place. Yes, Vanessa, professional development is available. I can tell you that it is available. Some schools offer it once per week, some schools offer it once per month, but they're just always keeping up with keeping us abreast with what we need to do. So yes, there is professional development. There is extracurricular activity that all teachers have to be a part of. That is not happening now because of the coronavirus. So no social engagement in school, but outside of corona, we had extracurricular activity, and every teacher have to take part in that. Schools prefer experience with American and British curriculum. Yes, I have been seeing a lot of that recently, that they're asking for experience using the British or American curriculum. But of course, I tell some of my subscribers when they ask the questions, what do I do? And I say to them, still go ahead and apply. Like I was saying just now, I had no experience before, but still go ahead and apply, because at some point they are not going to always find what they are looking for. And at one point the advantage was being a native English speaker. That was the main advantage first, or requirement I should say. But I realized that yes, they're asking for experience, but like I said, they're not going to always find who they're looking for, and then they'll have to employ other persons. So don't let that deter you from applying. Still go ahead and apply. Hope I didn't miss anybody's question. All right. So another pro I have listed here is commuting, going from one place to another. I know I have friends in the US. They're Jamaicans too, and they're on the US program. And guess what, guys? They have to get a vehicle to go to and fro. Here, you get a vehicle if you want to. But commuting here, it is so hassle free. Getting a taxi, getting a bus, and especially the bus ride, it is super, super, super cheap. But at any hour of the day, any hour of the night, and you want a taxi, you just pick up your phone and call a taxi. And like I said to you, it is safe to travel at any time of the day or night. So that's something that I really like, that I can go about, I can get transportation easily to go about. And how can I not talk about being able to worship, to go to church? Back home, that was my life, going to work, going to church, and whenever I found the time to go out and enjoy myself. And that is basically the same lifestyle I am able to have here. I have the opportunity of going to church, freedom of worship. It doesn't matter what denomination, it doesn't matter who your supreme being is that you worship, you are given the opportunity here to go to church. Um, and another beautiful thing is that this country is a Muslim country, Islamic, but guess what, guys? Nobody forces their religion on you. Nobody forces their religion on you. You worship whoever your supernatural being is. You go to worship. Church is held here on Friday and Saturday because, of course, the work week here is Sunday to Thursday. So if you are a Sunday worshiper, you go to church on a Friday. And if you are a Sabbath worshiper, it's so quite fitting that Saturday, you get to keep Saturday as your day of worship, right? But there's freedom of worship, and you get to go and worship your God. And again, when you go to church, you meet so many people, you form so many bonds with people. Terina is saying most schools provide yes, a lot of schools provide teachers with transportation to and from work. Yes, at no cost. You're not paying for it. My first school that I was at, they provided transportation and it was free. I didn't have to pay. And fortunate for me, the school I'm at now, the apartment is right next to the school, so I walk to school. If a school doesn't provide transportation, another thing I find is that because another school that I worked, the school didn't provide transportation, and the school was far from the apartment, but the teachers were quite friendly and we were able to carpool. And of course, you're driving with somebody every day, you help with their gas at the end of the month. So that is an option. Or what I find is that teachers whose schools don't provide transportation, what they do is they what do you call it now? They sign like contract, or they find somebody, with a bus or something like that, and they pay them they arrange transportation. So it's really not difficult, but most schools provide transportation. Yes, public transportation is owned and operated by the government, so it's super reliable and safe. You go on the bus and you are safe. You are in the taxi and you're safe. Yeah, freedom of worship is a blessing. Mhm. All right. So I think I have covered the pros that I can think of. Oh, I think I left out talking about free schools provide healthcare benefits. Yes, schools do provide healthcare benefits. So you were given your health card that covers dental, optical, and regular doctor visits. Yes. And normally, when we go to the doctor, we for visits we pay 50 dirhams. Yes. So, and going to the hospital here, it's it's clean. The whole place is clean, a matter of fact. But the healthcare here, it is very good. There is a hospital or a health clinic probably every 10 minutes from where you live. You're going in case of an emergency, a hospital or health clinic is close by. So, guys, as you can see, the benefits are amazing. Another pro is attractions such as parks and beaches. Yes. So if you like to go out, if you like the beach, and what I find here, the beach, back home, I'm normally afraid of going far out into the sea. I don't know what is here, but I mean, the beaches are lovely. The parks are lovely. You can go sit in the park and have picnic, hang out with your friends, hang out with your family. The attractions, and guys, guess what? Too, so many of the places that you can visit here in the UAE cost free. There are so many places you can just go to tour and visit, and the entrance fee is free. And even if it's not free, it's just there's a place I like to visit that features different countries. It's called Global Village, and when you walk into the different well, it's set up like as okay. For example, at Global Village, when you visit Egypt, it's as if you are in Egypt. And then you move from Egypt and you go over to Jordan, and all the arrangement, all the things being sold are from those countries, and it feels like you actually visit a different country. And it's just at 10 dirhams. The last time I went there, 10 dirhams. I don't know the value of that in your country, but it's so affordable. So some of the attractions here you can visit, it's either free or it doesn't cost a lot. And they are all family friendly. All right, so let me go over now to the cons, because as I said before, with so many of the benefits and so many pros to working here, but I could just find just a few cons. And the main one, well, the heat. I spoke about that before, how terrible it can be, and we start to feel it already. But another con for me, guys, is the fact that when it comes to communicating with your family back home, it is a challenge. What makes it a challenge is that calling back home is very expensive. Yes, doing a direct call, it is very expensive. And what makes it a con is that these social media sites that you can actually use to make a call, for example, Facebook call, Skype, WhatsApp, those calls are blocked. So you can send Facebook message, you can send WhatsApp message, your voice notes. However, in terms of making a call on WhatsApp or making a Facebook call, it is blocked. So it forces you to pay for an app that you can call back home freely. Otherwise, if you want to make a Facebook call or a WhatsApp call, then you have to purchase a VPN, because having a VPN on your phone here is illegal if you didn't purchase it. So for me, that is a big challenge in terms of communicating back home easily. I have to pay for an app monthly. The app is not really expensive, but still 50 dirhams per month. If I convert it into my home currency, then it's a lot of money. So for me, that is a con. Teachers tend to get discounts at hotels and many. Yes. So that's another pro Terina listed, that teachers get a lot of discounts when we visit like hotels and some other places. You're purchasing some things and you show your teacher IDs. Yes. And even visiting some of the attractions also, you show your teacher ID and you get a discounted rate. Yes, so that's very good. Thank you for that point too. Yeah, Tarina is giving us lots and lots of information. You see why it's important to join the gang? Yes, remember to go over to Digital Moments and subscribe and also to Black Girl TT. And guys, make sure that you share my video with a friend and tell them to subscribe to Georgia's Lifestyle. All right, so another con for me is the distance from Jamaica. Yes, the distance from Jamaica. When I'm going home, I fly to America first, and that is like 15 hours on one flight to the US and then from US to Jamaica. There are other routes, but either ways, it is very expensive. It is very far. Is it easy or difficult to transfer funds? Yes, it is easy to transfer funds because all I did, yeah, it is easy. All you need to get is your bank's IBAN number and all of that, and yeah, it's very, very easy because that is what I do. Because there is Western Union is here, and if you are in the US, I was also able to send money to, and my family was able to pick it up, I think, in Walmart, and it was a little cheaper than Western Union. But Western Union is here, but bank transfer, it is easy, 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 hassle free to transfer from your bank here to your home country bank. Yeah, so as I was saying, the distance, that's another disadvantage for me in terms of I always think about an emergency that, and I would have to book a sudden flight and go, and it takes so long. It feels like I'm traveling for a day and a half, which actually the flight can take you a day and a half based on the route that you travel. So the long flight, I really don't like it. The aeroplanes, of course, the Emirates that I use all the time, massive planes, so the leg room is okay. It's just the distance for me. All right, that I don't like. Yeah, and I think I listed in terms of socialization, I find that this is where cultures differ. Um, from Jamaica, we are a bunch of friendly people. Of course, we like to share, we like to socialize. We are accustomed to saying good morning, good evening, thank you. Yeah, Chef Yuva, for some persons, it's 2 days to get home. Long, long flight based on the distance that you decide to travel. And guys, please remember to check out Chef Yuva's adventures. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel too. Yes, very, very far. So that is what I really don't like. And if you're somebody who is afraid of heights and long distance, then I know you're not going to like that also. All right, but if of course if you're from like Egypt or India, just a 3 hours flight and you're home, and traveling to my home country, it is really, 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 really expensive. But the good thing is that one of the benefits given is travel allowance. So schools do give travel allowance. Um, I think somebody asked me, it says allowance. So does that mean I don't get a full airfare? What I find is that what schools do, they are in contact with travel agencies, and they find the cheapest route. They find the cheapest route, and then they give you the allowance based on that. So, for example, depending on where you're from, let's say you're from Jamaica, a school might give you 5,000 dirhams. And based on the time that you decide to book, the 5,000 dirhams might not be enough to book it based on the route that you decide to travel. But because they did their research, they know that you can do multiple stops and get to your destination for 5,000 dirhams. So that can be, I don't know if I should call it a con, but yes, you do get travel benefits, and then you decide how. Yes, Tarina, the cheapest routes are normally the longest. Yes. But I mean, when you get the travel allowance, you decide which route you want to travel, and then you can top up that amount and travel. Or if you like to explore, you don't mind the multiple stops, then you can go ahead and do that. But for me, I just want to get home. I just want to get home. All right. So I was talking about socialization. I remember when I first came here and I went on the school bus. And every morning I went on the school bus, I would say, "Good morning." Sometimes nobody answered, or sometimes one person answered. And I mean, I was cultured that way to say good morning. So every morning I would go on the bus and I would say good morning. And I go into school, and the first person I meet upon, I say good morning. And guys, can I tell you, sometimes nothing, nothing. Sometimes, well, maybe a few will answer sometimes, and I kept on saying it. I kept on saying it, and then at one point, I just stopped. But sometimes, because this is how I was cultured to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, time and time again, I would still find myself saying it because it's what I really told myself sometimes, I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again. But another time, it just came out because that is what I was. Yes, Black Girl TT, we're accustomed to saying good morning, good evening, and so on. Thank you. You're welcome, and all of that. But that's a part of the culture here that I really don't like. And I remember I had to culture my class, my students, to say good morning. They would come in the classroom and walk past me and go sit. And that is why we can culture our students into what we want them to be. We get the opportunity to pass on our culture to them, because I remember at a point where my kids would come in and they realized they had to say good morning. So after a while, they started saying it, because as soon as they walked in, I would stop them. What are you supposed to say? Sometimes they forget. I give them a reminder, and the next day they walk in. Good morning, Miss Georgia. Yes. So we can train our kids, even one class at a time, one class at a time. And I got them to the point where they were able to say, good morning, Miss Georgia. Because I'm like, you're seeing me the first time for the day. I'm your teacher. You come in, you say good morning, right? Thank you, Tarina. Thank you for joining. Oh, yes, I will yes, that's definitely a con for us Jamaicans. Unavailability of Jamaican food. Yes, that's the part I don't like. Mm-hmm. I have to be, whenever I get to travel, I have to stock up on like some seasonings and things that I really don't want to run out. I have to buy lots and lots of it whenever I get to travel, because getting my home food, I don't try new things, so um, that makes it difficult for me. I like to cook with my seasoning. But what I find, guys, is that when I go into the supermarkets, I see food from Korea, food from China, food from Mexico. The Filipinos have their own aisle in one of the supermarkets I go to sometimes. Food from Thailand, but I never ever see food from Jamaica or something labeled Western food. No. So that's another disadvantage or a con, not being able to find my own food. All right, so I think I have covered what I wanted to talk about. So if you're still here on the live, make sure you already liked the video and make sure you hit that word. Thank you so much, Chef You. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yes, so make sure you hit that word if you haven't done it yet. And make sure to share my videos with a friend and tell them to come and join George's lifestyle. As every day, I think about different ways and different topics to talk about just to make sure that I am passing on the best information to you and giving you an opportunity to have your dream or your plans of working in the UAE come to fruition. So after this, if you have further questions, you can still go ahead and leave them in the chat box in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. So once again, guys, thank you so much for joining me on another live, and I hope it was beneficial to you. So until next time, it's your girl Georgia, and again, make sure you give the video a thumbs up and leave your comment and share. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. God bless you. Much love. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you. Bye, Tamika.